Alright guys, Hayzink here, welcome back to the channel for another video. Now, I actually recorded a video on this earlier today. It's it's SNK Allstar Battle, I think, or Allstar Brawl. Originally I'd done a first impressions video and I was going to edit it this evening and upload it, but I continued to play the game and I want to put a warning out to you guys about this game, okay? Now, this video is not me doing a takedown on the game or anything to say that it's a terrible game or anything like that. I just feel like, as a content creator, I have, in my own mind anyway, I've got certain responsibilities to people who watch my content, okay? And some of you might not know what you're getting in for if you decide to play this game, okay? Now, I'm not saying it's a bad game, but this game is very different from a lot of idle games that you may be used to, okay? Now, it became very apparent to me while I was playing this game that I had seen a lot of this before, okay? And I can tell you now, this game is essentially a reskin of a game that I played called Sword Awaken. What was it called again? Sword Chronicle Awaken. It was called. It was based on the Three Kingdoms, and I actually initially thought I quite liked that game, okay? And I didn't really notice that I was falling into a bit of a trap with it, okay? Now, what's the trap? This game and this subcategory of idle games, which I'm going to call them awaken every character to UR, right? Because they all have this similar trait where you can take an R rank character all the way up to the top rank, which is UR, okay? They all have this same ridiculously aggressive monetization system, okay? And when I say ridiculously aggressive, let me just show you what I'm talking about here, okay? So this is day one of the game, and let's just see initially what's on offer, okay? So there is 2 passes that you can purchase, okay? On top of the 2 passes, there's also this thing here, first time top up. There's 3 different purchases you can make in there, which are like special one-off purchases, okay, that you can pick up for yourself. Nothing too unusual there, you get that in quite a lot of things, okay? But if we go in here as well, you'll see you've got this growth plan where you can purchase the new event unit, okay? You can see here, you can get yourself multiple copies to get this character leveled up to the highest rank, so that day one you could be rocking one of the best characters in the game, at least temporarily anyway. As well as that, you've got this daily drink system, which is tied to you making daily top-ups. You've then got these guild offers, which are purchasable through diamonds. Okay, sure, you can earn diamonds, but if you are going to be using your diamonds, you are probably going to be using them to summon, so you need to pick more up from somewhere, okay? Then you've got this CP Sprint, which is a ranking system, okay? Now, this in itself isn't tied to monetization, but we will come back to that in a moment, okay? Then you've got this buying streak, okay? Which is saying to you, if you keep doing this, buy something each day, or buy $4.99 for 7 days, you'll be getting yourself even more stuff, okay? Again, rankings, level race. How do you get up there fast within three and a bit days? Obviously, you spend money, right? Again, things like a Joe Boost I don't think's anything. Your total top-ups, if you're topping up in the game, you're going to get yourself quite a lot of additional stuff in here, right? Now, I counted this earlier on. I believe in total, not including this type of stuff, but you can include these, okay? And also, this one here. If you count up all of the offers on that are available, as in buy now, limited time, you must grab this, I think I got hit with something like 22, and it's day one, like 22 different offers, things like this. Basically every time you do something, congratulations, you've done well, do you want to buy this? And you can see here there's all these different things. Now, this is exactly what happened in the other game that I played called Sword Chronicle Awaken, I think it was called. And the issue you've got with this game in particular, and this subcategory of games, is whereas a lot of games go fishing in the sea, trying to hook the big whales and the megalodons, as people like to call them, These games seem to cast their line into every available stream, so it doesn't matter, they're going fishing for you, whether you're a minnow, a dolphin, whatever, it doesn't matter, they're trying to get you hooked some way or another. And it can look quite attractive, right? You see something like this popping up, or you see something like this, you think, oh, I'm getting a 10 pull for only $4.99, that's fantastic. But what happens is they pop up quite a lot. Like, here you go, 99p, you're getting a dupe of a half decent unit, you're getting half a multi. These pop up a lot, okay, in this category of games, and before you know it, you can have run up quite a substantial amount spending in this particular type of game. And the reason that I'm highlighting this to players is because I know that a lot of players who play gachas, some are quite susceptible to this type of stuff, okay? And they might be just thinking, oh, it's only $2, it's only $2, it's only $2. But then see, before you know it, you've already racked up $100, right? And it can be quite easy done when you're seeing something popping up saying $2.99, because you forget that you've already made 5 other purchases at $2.99, and before you know it, you've racked up a lot more than you expect. Now, this category of game, it thrives on you pulling, okay? More than a lot of games, it absolutely thrives on you pulling, okay? Because there's so many different systems that are tied to overall growth, okay? So if we go into this growth tab, for example, you get this thing here that's called your combat school, okay? Now, with your combat school, this is exactly the same as that other game I was talking about as well. You'll notice you've got different characters of whatever typing it is that go into here, okay? Now, as you get more dupes into those characters, you gain more buffs, okay? So if you look at the bottom of the screen here, attack, defense, and HP, plus 1.2, plus 1.6, plus 1.2, that's to every unit that I have, okay? So to get stronger, you are pulling more units that essentially you're not using, but you're putting them into this camping mechanic, okay? But that's not the only place where it's incentivizing you to continue to pull to get stronger, okay? You will get difficulty spikes that are quite hard to overcome, and the way that you get over them is using a system like this, okay? Now what this is I'll explain this to you. This is I'm going to call this an overall power, an overall account power, right? So when you get a character, you level up a character, right? And if you notice here, it says stat bonus effective on all deployed fighters. Okay, so the game's pushing you to grow more and more fighters to get the rest of your squad to be stronger. Now, I will say you can play these games free to play. They just are very, very, very slow. Okay, more so than your typical idle game. They're very, very slow. And part of the reason that they're very, very slow is they will deliberately bottleneck you. So if you are spending and you're flying through content, you will always stall, right? And the reason you will always stall is because they have this extremely aggressive energy system, okay? And what will end up happening is you will hit a point in game where it will say manager level 41 needed to continue, okay? And you can only get, say, 10 refills in a day max. And those 10 refills won't be enough to get you over that level cap that you're stuck at, okay? So even if you are spending to kind of, I don't know, fastest to the bottom really, because when you reach your point of not being able to do anything, you're going to quickly realise that, you know what, I should have just waited. But the problem is, with this type of game, every time you hit, I think it's 5 levels, it seems to be just now, that's the way it was in Sword Chronicle, and it seems to be that way in this. You'll open a new mode, okay? Something new will pop up. It will be a new mode, a new event within a mode, or something like that, okay? But there comes a point where you're going to get server bosses, okay? Server bosses will be a thing, and there is great rewards there for first time clears. So obviously, again, that's incentivizing you to push on to try and do that. And how are they going to do that? They're going to do that by throwing up all these different offers in your face every couple of minutes, okay? And this is kind of something that was an issue in that other game as well, and I can see it again here. There is an event, and if we go here and look at the event, this has got its own currency, which again, fantastic. More currency, game's day one, and it's already got a limited currency. When you summon in here, okay, you can get the dreaded shards, okay? You don't necessarily actually get the unit, you can get percentages of the unit, which for a currency that is limited and harder to come by, obviously you're going to end up spending quite a bit just to get yourself a copy of these units. And you've got that scarcity angle where they're only going to be here for a certain amount of time, so you're really feeling the pressure to summon for them, okay? Now, a lot of this is not new to gacha games, but you will find that this type of game in particular is extremely aggressive with it, okay? It is very, very aggressive. Is the game fun? I mean, it really depends on your definition of fun. I actually quite like this type of game. I don't know why, I'll be honest. I really, if you were to ask me, Hayzink, why do you like this? I can't give you an answer. I don't know, because literally the gameplay is this. You go into a stage, you've constructed your team, and really there's nothing to do. Even if I was to take this off of auto, it doesn't really matter. They're still going to just go ahead and do their attacks. I don't really have very much input on the gameplay and on the combat, so why do I like it? I don't know. I guess it's maybe just the sense of progression. So I'm not dumping on the game because I do like this style of game. Again, to give you a quantifiable reason why, I can't. So your mileage may vary on if you like this type of game or not. You've probably been attracted by the King of Fighters and the SNK license, but I just think it's a good idea that you go in with your eyes open, because they seem very, very generous at the start, and in some regards they are really generous, but this isn't really a game about just having your main squad leveled. You need all those other things in the background. You need to be getting other units that are going into this system that are leveled. You need to be getting other units that are going into this system to be leveled. Now, if you think of the amount of units that's going to require, even if you're given a lot of summons, it's still not enough, okay? So, again, this is more just of a warning that you should have your eyes open with this one. It's really easy to get sucked in, and again, before you know it, you can end up spending hundreds, for some people thousands, on games like this. And if you're going in with your eyes open and you've decided, you know what, I'm free to play, I'm not going to spend anything, then challenge yourself, see how far you can go. But if you are someone who finds it hard to not get tempted, this is not the game for you. I'm telling you that now. If you're someone who sees these little offers that pop up at $1, $2, $3, then you are going to suffer, because this game will make you spend. But that's not to say you shouldn't try it. Just be mindful that you could end up in a pit with no money. So anyway, I've been Hayzink, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.